Welcome to the Trade Talks Live. I'm Roger Wakefield, and I want to welcome you here today. If you've been here before, I don't even know why you come back. But God, I'm glad you do. If this is your first time here, look, we talk about the trades. We talk about all kinds of the trades, everything from plumbing, electrical, HVAC, roofing to, landscaping, concrete, carpentry, construction. Wait, whoa. We don't talk pipe fitting.
We talk welders.
Well, we try not to talk welders either because they're right there associated with pipe fitters. Anyway, I hope y'all are doing wonderful. Look, we do this because we believe that if you will get up every morning and study your niche, your industry, for 30 minutes to an hour, you can move up to be in the top 5% of your industry. Well, we do that for you. We kind of do the research, pull some stuff in, talk about it, and for an hour, we cover it. So you're going to pick up some things that are going to be really good. Whenever we talk about marketing and social media and stuff like that, it's something we recommend. That's how we grew a plumbing company and grew it and sold it. If you're interested in learning about YouTube or learning some things that you think right now are probably reasons that you can't do YouTube, but really you can, I debunked some myths. I made a webinar to tell you more about it and to learn more about that. Go to www.justmattroger.com.
That's it. Good morning, everybody. Henry Wakefield here, a.k.a. Squirt, as you see on your screen. 20-year pipe fitter by trade. Now I run Leak Pro.
Well, wait, I thought you we don't talk about pipe fitters.
We don't.
Okay.
It's in the past.
Okay, Leak Pro's amazing. Let's go.
I was a 20-year pipe fitter by trade. Now I run Leak Pro and build some of the most precise leak detection equipment for professional plumbers.
What? Barely hearing who? Check,
Me?
check.
Yeah.
Test 1, 2, test 1, 2.
Hold on, because only one.
Check, test 1, 2.
Yours actually didn't.
Test. I don't know. Test. See, Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah. Like number one's not even showing.
Yeah,
at
it's
all,
not coming
as
through the
mine
board
is, which would make his less relevant.
Wait. Test 1, 2, test 1, 2. My mic works.
Wow, it's going through channel 2 also. That I don't know.
Oh,
I
and
don't
I'm
know
red.
what's
I
going
am
on.
channel 1.
Oh.
Okay, hold on. Channel 1's not coming through.
Whoa. Well,
Channel 3.
no, yeah, it's good.
Move down.
I wouldn't have switched that.
What is that going to now?
Well, I
Test. Now we got
4.
two. Okay.
Whoa, yeah, funky.
Test. Okay. We
Leave them all
are
there.
alive
Yeah,
and
there you
well.
go. Wow.
So,
Go verify on the listening in. Sorry about that, guys.
yeah. But the good thing is, look, when the wheels fall off, we just put them right back on. At least we
Man.
try to. Quick reaction. I hope everything works out. Look,
That's it.
If we're screaming in your ear, sorry about that. I promise you that's not what we mean to do.
That's it. Guys, where
Leak
I
Pro.
was.
Let's
Okay,
talk about
yes.
Leak Pro.
Now I run Leak Pro. We want to thank Leak Pro for sponsoring today's episode of the Trade Talks. We build the most precise leak detection system for professional plumbers. If you're a plumber out there and you don't have leak detection in-house yet, check out our equipment at www.leak-pro.com. Check out the complete kit. It comes with both pieces of equipment. That way you're covered for that outdoor and any indoor or under slab work and leaks to be able to find those. If you don't know anything about how to do leak detection, you can come out, give me a call. I got a 2-day training out here. I'll teach you every part of leak detection from start to finish. So give me a call. Let's discuss that at 1-8888-LEAK-PRO, and we can discuss how to add that to your list of services.
Look, guys, if you're the manager, you're the owner, you come in for training, we're going to teach you how to make your phone ring. And with these leak detection companies out there 2 to 6 weeks out, because this is immediate revenue. It's a way to grow your company fast starting right now. I'm sorry, I'm distracted by this because we're plugged into 2 and 3 and we're coming live on 3 and 4.
That's what the issue was.
So, hey, we're trying to figure it all out, but guys, we're here. Let's roll straight into the national news because Live Nation, and look, Live Nation is really cool. They do concerts, they do stuff like that. They're joining a $5 billion Atlanta downtown redevelopment. Now, they did this over in, is it Las Colinas? Irving? Las Colinas?
Yeah.
Live Nation is part of that over there? Okay, so we're just
Let's
gonna
just
try,
leave them all up.
Yeah, we're going to try all this.
So,
and see what happens.
See how that goes.
And that makes sense. Let's try this.
Uh,
Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2. See, man, something is really weird.
Something's wrong on the road.
So we may have to swap out rows. We're pretty good at swapping out equipment on the fly.
Man, yes, we do it a lot. Luckily,
we don't
we have
choose
one of
to.
these for traveling.
You bet. So,
Like, so that when we do
thank
podcasts
God
out and
we got
about.
redundancy. We got another one on my desk. I mean, we can pull it. Well, we can't.
No,
pull it
we
'cause
can't.
need it today. It's nice to have backups. But anyway, they're doing this. They did this in Dallas, and it's really
Yes.
a great place over there because that's where our Vid Summit conference is every year. So man, there's some great places to hang out over by there. But part of the Centennial Yards project, and that's where they did the Olympics a few years back. So I love this area, but they're converting 50 acres into mixed use space, including a new 5,300 seat music venue.
Yeah.
Now, it's a music venue, but imagine if me and Squirt threw a party there. You got 5,300 people in, and we get up on stage and do this live or something. I mean, I'm always looking for something fun, something different. But it's a music venue.
Hey,
Hotels.
what are you singing?
I wasn't gonna say.
Oh, it's a music venue. I thought you were
Hey,
going to
hey.
sing. Okay. Just checking.
No, I run
Covering our
over
bases,
into
guys.
Hotels, retail, and residential towers. Let me get off the singing stuff. If I start singing, let me see. There's 50 people in here or so right now on everything. Everybody's gone.
Everybody's
just
gone.
telling you.
Y'all are running away.
So music venues, hotels, retail, and residential towers. So you're going to be able to move in there. I love the stuff like this. When you get down and you see these venues that, it's shopping, it's restaurants, it's sports bars, it's all kinds of cool stuff downstairs. And there's apartments, condos, and stuff like that. But it's like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. But that is major MEP and structural steel opportunities in event spaces, in commercial kitchens, and the green roofs, because we're talking about building it green. $2 billion is already under contract.
That's it.
That's a lot of money that's already signed off on. And the vertical construction is expanding through 2026. Local contractor tip, this is the kind of project you chase with persistence. Meaning, if you go in right now, they're like, no, we got everybody we need. Somebody's going to screw up on the way. And they're going to be like, you know what? Fred's Plumbing Company ain't keeping up. It's only Fred on the job.
Yep.
So we're going to do something different. And GCs are breaking it up, not just one big bid. We did that with Children's Hospital
Yeah.
whenever we moved it. Right? No, Parkland Hospital. Excuse me.
Okay. Yep. Yeah.
You had multi GCs get together and say, okay, we're 4 major GCs. We're going to get together and create a team. The mechanical contractors, there were 2 of us that got together and said, hey, between the 2 of us, we can do this. And we still subbed out work to
I
other
was going to say, we even still subbed
bet.
out some others too to help meet minority, different things that were
absolutely.
required out there. It's
So,
great.
man, it's a great way
Yes.
to grow your bottom line.
Big time. Good opportunities out there, guys. If you are in the area, try to get some work, because one of the favorite things for any tradesperson is, I helped build that.
Oh, yeah, every day.
Don't you want everybody at your company to be able to go, hey, man, whenever you take your families down here, you're going to be able to go, man, I helped build all this. And it's an exciting
and
area.
me and Randy, look, we both got to build 2 amazing jobs in Dallas. An indoor water park,
Yep.
first one ever in Dallas, and the biggest county hospital at the time in the world.
Mhm.
So, man, we've got to do some pretty cool stuff. But like
That's
I said, this helps your bottom line.
That's right.
Now, construction spending is forecasted to grow by 8.5% in 2025. Guys, we're already over, we're a third of the way through the year.
Yeah.
So the opportunities are out there. Don't you agree?
Yes, and it's a small rebound for residential here. Okay, on the commercial side though, it's going to be up from Q1. Okay, 2024 lows from last year. It's an increase, guys.
already
There's
up
more
on it,
work
yeah.
going. We're in the middle of tariffs and all this stuff too. Tons of work, and guess what? We still need more workers out there too, guys. That hole is not going away unless we can build more robots faster, and it's coming. It's coming.
You're all off on them robots.
I am, just a little.
Are you dating one
Just
yet?
a
Have you
little.
found one that'll come over and hang out with
Not
you, watch
yet.
TV? You know
Not yet. I'm on Find a Robot Near You. If y'all don't have that app yet,
Yeah,
guys,
you
oh
need
my
it.
gosh,
You
you need it. You need it. You got to find
He's waiting
robots,
for the
man.
price to come down just a little bit. Now, this is big in the public sector because this is fueling the surge the different things are education, energy, and health. And we talk about education, it seems like every other day with all these schools remodeling, rebuilding, going green, updating. It's good stuff. And then smart contractors, guys, this is the future. If you don't think, I'm going to tell y'all this. I don't know if y'all know this. That www thing, it's going to hang around. It's going to work. The internet's going to work.
Yep.
And I remember when it first came out, they're like, yeah, we don't know if this will work. Don't know if this will stick or not. Well, I think they figured out it's going to stick. Now, the big thing to think about is we've been talking about smart homes and all these smart contractors. Guys, this is a whole new niche to get in, like slab leaks, leak detection, whole house water filtration. The things that we did, we got a problem with our camera.
Well, yeah.
That's Roger. It's my bad. Sorry, guys. We're also live on TikTok. We'll fix that later. We can bump it down, move it around, change the world. But it doesn't stay there forever. But if I were a mechanical contractor right now that does MEP, I would come to somebody like you that loves to learn and say, hey, Squirt, look, I need you to study smart homes.
Yep.
Start smart offices. Start with smart residential, because my business, we were residential. But you know what? If you can learn everything there is about smart homes, learn a little bit about HVAC, learn a little bit about the plumbing, learn a little bit about the electrical.
Yep.
You can become the guy that comes in and says, hey, electrician, I need you to hook this up. I need you to do this. You become the control guy. You become the guy that knows what's going on.
That's it.
And I'm telling you guys, it's amazing. But the smart stuff, that's targeting specialty growth zones in CTE schools, career and technical education, right?
Yep.
Talked about that the other day. Renewables, green buildings. Guys, green buildings aren't going away either. They're going to become more and more popular and more prevalent each and every year, because we've got more people in the world and the same amount of water.
Yep.
So we got to start looking, how do we use some of these renewables to make them work? It really is such a big deal.
Hey, Dodge Construction
Uh-huh.
Network forecast 1.95 trillion
Wait.
with a T.
Okay, we ain't said that number yet. We've been
Trillion.
talking millions.
It's been a while. I
millions and
know.
B's.
That's right. We ain't pulled out a
T in
trillion
a
with a
while.
T in a bit. I think we've only done it one other time on this show.
Man.
But guys, they're forecasting that much in total construction spend this year. Almost $2 trillion. Okay. Are you positioned to ride the wave? Are you stuck in last year's mindset?
Mindset is the biggest thing that stops each and every one of us. We look at when Randy and I talk about smart homes, there's some of y'all out there saying, yeah, I
There's no
couldn't
way.
do that.
Yep.
I could never do that. It's like, dude, there's a million other people saying they could never do it. If you say, you know what, I'm going to do it,
That's it.
guess what? You are going to do good things. I'm going to jump in here. Squirt said, good morning. Happy Tuesday. I don't like the way you say that. I'm just going to, I'll come back to it in a minute.
I know.
Matt says, Miss Yagi at Plummet and Squirt, what is up, brothers? Happy Tequila and Taco Tuesday.
There you go.
That's how you roll out on a Tuesday. Technical difficulties, we
Oh, yeah.
wore them out. Go Leak Pro, absolutely. And Abe Burkett says, happy Taco Tuesday, everyone. Gotta love it. Abe, Matt, good to see you guys in here. Okay, so we're going to roll into safety now. And I know last week was National Safety Week. And I want y'all to think about, if you were out on jobs, what was different? What did y'all do? Because we're talking about one now that Squirt loves talking about, implementing wearable technology for safety monitoring.
Yes. And like, this is big, guys, because I know summer's coming. We're about to have our first triple digit day tomorrow.
Is it really?
Tomorrow, 101.
And this is just
mid-May. Yeah, we ain't even made it to June yet, so kind of worried.
Liable to be a hot one.
But some of this wearable technology is something to definitely think about at your company, just because how quick it responds and it can alert you. There's smart vest, there's wristbands, we've got smart watches, things like that, and there's helmets. Okay, but some of these things can now track your heart rate, motion, and falls. That's a big one that it can maintain is falls. Heat exposure.
And here's the deal. Heat exposure, guys, when it's 100 degrees outside, matter of fact, heat exposure when it's 80 degrees outside, you've got to start doing things that a lot of people hadn't been doing.
You've got to start setting up
You bet.
implementation
Brake
plans.
stations,
That's
shade
right.
stations, water stations, all kinds of fun stuff.
That's it. Also, gas levels in confined spaces. And I know that we've always kind of wore our O2 monitors. It has to be attached to you really close to where you are breathing in the air
Because that's
so
the
that
height
it,
you want to work at.
it triggers instantly. But guys, these are going to be built into your stuff now. You're not going to have this extra monitor attached. No, it's going to be part of your hard hat that it's just constantly checking. Now, yeah, that's going to be that specialty hard hat for confined space entry because you don't want to have to wear that thing all the time.
And, you know, pretty soon your hard hat's going to have like wires that you got to stick a sticker on your chest or something. It's checking your heartbeat. It's checking your temperature. It's tied to your
I was going to
watch
say
or so- or-
there'll be
or
a
ring or
Bluetooth something
Yeah.
guaranteed. Yep. So it's something to look out for, guys. Figure out what's out there. An example here: the Triax
Spotter alerts.
Spotter alerts. Supers if someone falls or is motionless. So, like, guys, when you
lay
go
down-
take a
so when
nap,
you lay down, to take a nap
during
in the
break,
Connex.
they know that you were still for
Yeah.
20 minutes. That's 5 minutes longer than your break. You're in trouble. So keep an eye on that too.
You're gonna get in trouble.
You're going to have to remember we are going to have it's kind of a tracker, but you know, that takes me back to thinking, oh, that electronic leash. Guys,
Yeah,
we've got them. Okay,
already
they're
got 'em.
stuck, but we all use them to our advantage now. It's not a bad electronic leash that we have. There's a lot of advantages to it, so don't forget that part
Okay,
because
I
it's
just
for your
invented something. I
safety.
want you to think about this.
Okay.
We've all got our cell phones on us. I'll say that. I don't know. Phone's up here. But we've all got our cell phones on us all the time. We hook a ring up to it.
Okay.
That monitors temperature, heartbeat, yada, yada, yada.
Yep.
Now the companies just have you register your phone with them. That way we're tracking your equipment. It's a safety deal. And if it's not out there, trust me, something like that will be coming. Because then they'll be able to monitor everything you do all day. There'll be a nurse sitting in an office watching 100 people, and there'll be alarms and notifications set up.
I'm just going to automate it all through AI.
There
Sorry.
you go.
Uh,
Yeah, tell them I'm amazing. Let's go. But the thing is, guys, early adopters are cutting recordable incidents by 20%.
Yeah.
20%. And what's that lead to?
Better insurance rates.
And that's important when it comes time for estimating, isn't it?
That's right. It's huge. And also, it brings your rating down, which can open more doors and opportunities for you to be able to go into.
Opportunities to get better jobs is really
Like,
what it boils down to.
that's it. It
Yeah.
opens some really good doors if you can get your safety rating below a 1 is the major, and they're even looking for tighter than that for some projects. But here's a good question: is would you guys wear tech if it protected you, or are you looking at it like that digital lease and oh, they're watching me, Big Brother's watching me all day because I'm connected to the system? Just
trust me,
curious.
they're watching you all day anyway.
That's it.
guys.
Like, I mean,
Whether you know
anything
it
you
or
talk
not.
about, it pops up on your feed.
Yeah.
Guess what? They're always listening.
Big Brother knows.
AI is always listening.
All right, let's roll into new construction because renewable energy projects fuel construction growth. And look, I love renewable energy. I love going to the RE show last year. Actually, yeah, last year. Got to hang out with Tesla, got to do some cool stuff. But there's growth because solar farms, wind installations, battery storage buildings. Guys, these are booming. And remember, I've been talking for years now about electricians. If you're an electrician and you're not doing solar, I think that was on there. You're not doing wind farms. You're not doing these battery walls. I'm telling you guys, this is the future.
Yep.
And these are booming right now because there's federal incentives.
Yes, there are. And a lot of utility investment that's going on. And you know what that equals? Bidding wars for qualified labor. Electricians, site work crews, trenchers, even you low voltage techs out there.
Wait, don't they call themselves electricians too? They try.
Not a lot of the ones I dealt
Yeah.
with. All mine were control guys.
Okay.
That's what
Okay.
they wanted to be.
That's good.
Right now, I do data and controls.
But
I do data
all
and
these are in high
controls.
demand right now.
They
So
are
the
all
opportunities
in
are
high
gonna
demand.
Get better, guys. Anything that's in high demand now, listen to me. Y'all write this down because in 3 or 4 years, it's going to be about 10 times the demand. So if you get in this now or start learning this now, start growing in it now, you're gonna do good things in the future. It's great.
An example here, Texas and Ohio both have announced a 500 megawatt plus solar project in Q2 right now.
Which means it's starting
going.
right now. Yeah.
This is going to become more common in the future, guys. They're not going anywhere. Solar's coming, and it's coming hard.
You know, I like this because we used to say, well, these are very niche projects.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Pick this niche, pick this niche.
This little special.
And that's what we're saying right now, guys, about smart homes, the wind turbines, the solar panels, all this stuff that we're talking about, the battery walls.
Yep.
We're saying now, hey, these are niche. Start this niche, start this specialty. We're saying this about slab leaks, leak detection, water. Pretty soon, and I've seen it, they're going to go ahead and say, you got a leak, we're just turning your water off because we're wasting water. You find the leak, and then we'll fix it, or then we'll turn it back on. But they're not niche anymore. Renewables are driving mainstream construction. This is what we're building for.
Yep.
We're building for the data centers. We're building for solar. We're building for wind. We're building for everything. And it's just going to keep going.
That's it. Guys, growth. That's all humankind knows, I think, from looking at history, is how to grow, how to do more, how to be bigger and better and make things more efficient is what we're geared towards nowadays. Just to blow off that lens that I got cleaned off last week while you were out.
Squirrels.
Didn't need it making me dusty.
Squirrels. I'm just.
I know.
You know. So talking about growth, let's roll on the mindset growth. Because this is one of the biggest things that you can do. And it's kind of what we've been leading up to all morning. Embracing change. You have to adapt to new technologies because the resistance to change means misbid and lost time. New tech is not an option anymore. It's a requirement. It's you're like, look, we got to do. Look at what we're doing with our high level. Okay. We're automating.
Yep.
Guys, if you're not automating and the rest of the world is, guess where you're going to be? In the dust.
Here's a quick one, just for a quick example, guys. If you're still out there soldering every copper joint on every job you bid,
Wait, what are you talking about?
and you're not pressing it all, you're losing those jobs.
I like solder.
I know you do. But I'm going to kick your ass in labor, and I'm going to win that job every time because you need to put that extra labor in because you want to do solder on every job you install.
You're fired.
That's
You're
it.
fired.
And that
Right
mindset,
after the show's over.
that's it. And that mindset will keep you stuck where you are, guys. So don't be that guy. Embrace some of the new things that are coming out. And that's just a quick, easy example because we're old school. We know that soldering is going to last longer. Yes.
I love it.
So good thing to keep in mind.
Matt McDonough says, I got to go save the day. You guys keep doing the amazing things you do. Love you. Bye. Brother, have a good one. Love you
Have a
too.
great
Hope
day.
everything is going amazing. Okay, but here's the thing. Cloud-based estimating, digital service boards, CRM scheduling, all this stuff, that's a mindset growth. That's what it is. And literally what you should be doing instead of saying, look, we can't do that, it's what can we learn today that saves us tomorrow? What can you do that yourself 10 years from now is going to look back and say, dude, thank you for doing that. That makes our life easy now. Because here's the thing about the CRMs that we have set up. As we grow, it grows with us. It just keeps going. It doesn't say, wait, you can only get 10 names in here. You can only get 10,000 names in here. And it just keeps growing. Think about what you can do that's going to make your tomorrow amazing. Think about what you can do that you're going to look back at 5 years from now and say, man, you know what? I am so glad that I set this up.
Yep.
It's big, but everybody's afraid of it.
They are. And guys, look, you're not getting replaced by AI. You might get replaced by a guy who uses it, though.
But you don't have to learn how to do it. Learn to be the guy
That's it.
that says, hey, I set all this up. I can control all this. You know what you are? You're the linchpin. You're the one that holds it all together. You're like, hey, we need to do this. Yeah, go get Squared to do it.
The more tools in your box, the more coverage you have. AI is just another tool in your arsenal to be used and help save your time. That's the major thing that I've learned AI can do is save you so much time because how quick it can go through data. it can search data way faster than I can manually in my Google searches and stuff.
And we use it for our YouTube stuff all
That's
the
it.
time.
I
It's
use
like,
it
Hey,
a lot
Yeah.
because it can research faster than I can. I need it to do that
Wait,
so
you
that it
told me you
can
were
generate
really,
some
really good.
stuff. I am good.
no, you
But-
told me you were real good.
I am. But I'm not faster than a computer. Like, there's just no way.
He
Like,
says, man, I keep
I
trying
can't click
to.
that fast. They got it down to milliseconds. I can't get that quick yet. I try.
And like I said about the data that we use for YouTube, look, if you're not on YouTube, I want to ask you why. If you're not out there, anybody watching right now can go open up a new tab, search plumbing on YouTube, and you're going to find me. And I love that. And it's not just plumbing, it's slab leaks, leak detection. There's so many words that we get found for. But people still tell me every day, oh, we can't do that. We don't have the equipment. We don't know how. I don't know how to talk to a camera. Did you know how to talk to camera
No.
6 months ago, 7
No.
months ago, 8 months ago?
Like, very little because I've been drug into a couple of videos.
Kicking and screaming.
And if you go back and look at them, you can tell I'm not where I'm at nowadays because now it's not a big deal. I don't even think about it.
Yeah, it's just we're talking to you.
Yep.
And that's exactly how we look at it.
That's right.
We can't see it right now, but there's a little Mario head up there. And whenever I bring people in here to shoot videos, I'm like, just talk to Mario.
Talk to
And they're
Mario.
like, okay. I said, pretend Mario's the third person in the room. And, you'll see me already. We look at each other and talk, but then we look right back at y'all because you're what we're making the videos
You're
for.
Mario
You bet,
today.
You're Mario.
We love it.
You are our Mario. So if this is something, look, if it's something you're telling yourself, I need to do it, but I can't, I don't know how, I'm afraid to do it. Look, go to www.justmattroger.com, watch the webinar. If you'll watch that webinar, I think it'll change your mind. So anyway, go check it out. And special shout out to Leak Pro.
Man, we do. We want to thank Leak Pro for sponsoring today's episode of the Trade Talks. They let us come in here and talk an hour of trades with you each and every day, Monday through Friday.
All the trades.
All trades.
Love it.
You know, we don't hold it to just the plumbers or just the pipe fitters. We don't talk about them.
Oh.
Or just the carpenters or just the bridge guys, the concrete workers, guys.
I like that you didn't say the election.
Uh,
That was yesterday. We don't talk about them for a
yeah,
whole
yeah,
nother-
yeah. Well, that's Mondays. Whoa. We got
Mondays
Monday
are rough
behind
as
us,
it is.
baby.
Don't look back. Don't look back.
But Leak Pro, I build the most precise leak detection equipment for professional plumbers, guys. I build two different devices. I build a probe T-handle style made out of a solid block of aluminum. It's got a stainless steel rod on that, which is real durable for probing in and out of the ground. In case you run into rocks or anything like that, it's not going to bend your rod. It's a real clear sound, but it's the probe. That's what we prefer for that meter to the home service. Anything underground, irrigation lines, things like that. This is the tool you're going to want to pull out to use.
Now, I do still love having the Sidekick with me because I'll use that to listen to the meter, the backflow, and the valve at the house, oscillation valve. So I
Can.
do. I
Yep.
love having that there too. The Pro will do it, but I just love being able to click, click, click. It's nice.
Yep. And then the Sidekick, the one he's talking about there, it's got an aluminum rod. It enhances the sound even more. That's why I kind of like to listen to the valves. You can use them both to listen to any valves throughout any plumbing system, and you're going to be able to tell if it's got flow or not. It's pretty quick and easy to determine.
Yeah, it doesn't take long.
But that Sidekick, it's this pistol grip style with an aluminum rod. That's the one you want inside. And the major thing about that aluminum rod is it enhances the sound even more. That's the one we prefer when you're listening through slabs. You don't have to drill a hole in the slab. You know, that's one of my favorites. I see, oh yeah, this guy can't. There's 4 holes in the slab and he's still off. We don't drill holes. We
Now,
don't.
I don't mind drilling a hole for a third check.
For a final check verification
If
at
I
the
listen,
end,
I
sure.
hear the water. If we add air to it, I hear the bubbles. And then if it's like, you know what, this is a long way to tunnel. Let's drill a hole here and stick the probe. So again, why you need both of them. Stick the probe down as deep as we can, and now listen. Are
Yep.
we right there? Do we hear that?
That's it. And that works out great. It's a good non-invasive way though. Like that's your final check because guess what? You're about to
You're
put a
fixing to
hole
tear a
there
hole
or
anyway.
whatever.
A lot bigger
Like,
than that little bitty when you're fixing to drill.
That's it. But that aluminum rod, it does. It kind of eliminates that concrete that you're listening through so that you can still hear the leaks going on underneath. So that's why I always suggest the complete kit. It's got both pieces of equipment. That way, no matter where that leak is, you've got the right tool in your arsenal to find it. To check out our equipment, you can visit www.leak-pro.com. And like I said, check out the complete kit there. If you don't know how to do leak detection, you're not experienced with it at all,
Figure it out.
give me a call, and I can help you figure it out, as we say. I'll walk you through, guys. I've got 11 leaks under a slab out here. We'll go through. I'll teach you how to locate the lines. I've got all copper lines. Teach you how to pinpoint locate all the leaks under the slab. I've got one outside of the slab so that you know what that sounds like also. But then also I've got a couple sewer systems set up. I've got a cast iron and a PVC system set up to where you can go through and isolate branch lines all from the double clean out outside of a home to determine exactly where a sewer system is leaking under a home. You don't even have to get on the roof. I love it. Give me a call at 1-8888-LEAK-PRO. I'd be happy to discuss training with you. But then also, you can sit down with this guy and learn how to market leak detection at your plumbing business in your local area and be able to be found pretty easy
It's not hard.
when somebody's looking for that.
Look, I've done it in the nation. I get found for leak detection, slab leaks, all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah. I get caught. Hey, can
Plumbing.
you come find my leak?
Yeah.
Well, I'm in
Where you at?
Dallas, and they're like, "Oh, probably not." Then, yeah, probably not.
Yeah, unless they're in Hawaii, and they're like, "Look, we can work out a deal. We'll get there."
That's it.
I'm just saying, they'll have to pay us, but we'll be there. But guys, it's amazing. We can teach you how to get found in your area. You'll score to call at 1-8888-LEAK-PRO. All right, like I said just a second ago, we talked to all the trades. Now, what are the top 3 time-wasting habits that all trades are guilty of?
Hey, the biggest one, day one apprentices. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. It happens to all of us throughout our career, though. Okay, it's not just day one. Now, day one is the excessiveness of searching for tools. Because we all send them on that search for that tool that does not exist. Welcome to the trades, baby.
Yeah, it'll only happen once or twice.
It only happens once or twice. And then they get to do it to an apprentice later in life, and it works out for everybody. We all get a little frustrated, but then it's like, okay, hold on. Let me check the plausibility of whatever they're saying to me and what I need to look for.
Now, I'll tell you what, I wish I remember the name of the person. I saw a great video the other day. I don't remember if it was TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, where it was. He did a van tour, and he had every Milwaukee pack out. And I say, not, he didn't have every one they make. He had every one he needed.
Yeah.
And he literally had everything labeled. He's like, this is my big tools. This is my small tools. This is water lines. This is it. And I mean, just, he could tell you where everything is immediately. And he had room for growth. He had a workbench built in there for a workstation. Like if he wanted to come out and prefab headers to come off of a water heater or something, man, he had a spot for it. And it was just really, really neat. But searching for tools is the worst. No labeling, no set truck layout. And I love the set truck layout because if I hire you as an apprentice and you work on my truck for 3 weeks and next week you go work with Fred and Fred's truck's laid out just like mine, you know where everything is.
Yep.
And guys, I think that is phenomenal. Another big one is waiting on the GC. And that's not good because if you're not clarifying your ready dates, there's a problem. You can't assume when you're going to get access.
No.
You've got to know, you've got to see a counter. It needs to be from them. Then when you show up and they're like, oh, you can't get in yet. Okay. Liquidated damages. We can't get on the job. So our date gets pushed out. And they're like, wait a minute, what?
Yep.
We don't get to start when you want us to start or told us we can start. We don't get to finish when we told you we could. So let's document this already.
Mm-hmm.
So those are other big deals. And then another one is overchecking your work. You know, look, I used to check my apprentices really, really good. But I hate to say it, I never went back and checked my work. It's like, look, I'm going to do it right. But if you're redoing tasks that someone else already did right, or you're going through and spending a lot of time checking it, I would have a principal, I'm going to go through and look at your stuff. Why? Well, I'm just going to make sure, don't you go make sure of nothing for me. I don't mean it bad, but what's one of your old superintendents used to say? Quit worrying about the horse and just keep loading that wagon.
Yeah.
You know? How do you fix these?
It's a good fix. Toolbox talks on the truck setup. Just like you were saying, having that same setup in all of your vans that do the same work.
I know companies that have 50 and 100 vans and they're all set up the same.
Yep.
Anybody can walk in any van and grab a new pop off.
Yeah.
They know right where they're at.
Mm-hmm. And that's good. And like even some specialty trucks, if you've got those, teach the apprentices that layout. Look, this is the one truck that is different than every other one in the fleet
Because it specializes in slab leaks.
because this is its specialty. Here's how we do the tools in it. Most of it's the same. Here's the slight differences so that they know that.
But then when you bring on another slab leak truck, guess how it's set up? Just like that
Identical.
other one.
That's it. Also, get a written schedule. Okay, not just some verbal start dates.
Absolutely.
Get it on paper, get a signature, whatever, so that you know, boom, look, I got it in writing. I'm supposed to be able to start today. And you're telling me no? You're sending me away? Sign right here, because here's the change order that's going to get for the delays. Trust your team unless they've shown you otherwise. Okay. You've got to trust them at the start until they screw up and break that trust.
I love this. Okay. Because, and I learned this in a leadership training one day. So I'll give you just a free little mental mindset thing right here. When we hire people, we always want to hire good people. Most of your company, you've got the bottom 20%, the middle 60%, and then the top 20. Top 20, these are your freaking rock stars. You don't ever have to worry about them. You don't ever have to come check their work. It's just like, yeah, he did it. We're good. You've got your middle 60%. They get the things done.
Mm-hmm.
Still, we need to check them every now and then, but they get things done. They don't make mistakes, but there's nothing wrong with walking through saying, hey, this looks good. Then you got your bottom 20%. These are the ones that have shown you otherwise. These are the ones that have shown you, you got to come back and check my shit every day. And what you do is you let them know, look, you're in the bottom 20%. I need you to quit making these mistakes. I need you to get up into the middle 60%. You've got 30 days, 60 days, whatever it is. If I'm coming back to you, talking to you about this, then it's going to be about where you're working next. You've got to give them the mindset, you've got to give them the training, got to give them the education to get there. But if you're spending all your time working on the bottom 20%, you should spend your time on that middle 60%, getting them up to become your rock stars, because that part is amazing. And if you're not getting paid to wait, then why are you building that into your day? So don't just sit around and wait. Tell them, hey, look, we're out of here. We can go do something else.
Yep.
It's crazy.
It is. You got to plan. You got to work through it all. Like
Find your work and work your plan.
that's it. Like if you don't work that plan, or the plan falls apart, go back and replan, guys. Make that plan again. Like, look, hey, plan A got blown up with a grenade this morning, guys. I'm sorry. Let's plan out B so that we know what we're doing today and we can actually work through this.
I love it.
Now I'd say let's move on to some laws and licenses
Yeah.
here. Plumbing boards
Oh,
are
wait,
now.
Wait a minute. What?
This one blew my mind. I thought it was interesting. Plumbing boards are now requiring social media policy agreements.
Okay, you got to, Lucy. There's something going on. Lucy, you got some explaining to do.
I don't know. Chad.
Chad, what happened?
New trend here. State boards inserting ethics clauses tied to online conduct.
I love that.
And that's something kind of that we've discussed here before is, can you lose your license because of something you posted on social media? Yes, you can.
They're moving it that direction.
That's it. Like they want to know, are you licensed? You got a license to do what you're doing that you're showing off on social media and teaching others? They're starting to look at all this now and
I
actually
got a license,
see
just in
what's
case
going
y'all was
on.
wondering.
Now, I know whenever he reapplies, we'll just see what happens with his social media conduct.
I know. Yeah, Roger, we're not going to let you renew because you've been throwing people under the bus. Okay, it's
Hey.
a big bus.
I'm glad that Lisa is your friend.
Yeah, me too. Lisa and Frank both. I tell you what, between Lisa Hill and Frank Denton, and
They'll squeeze you
I think
in.
the Texas State Board is amazing, but you can't do things like posting job site fails tied to customer locations, because that's not good. You cannot impersonate licensed trades. And I saw a video about this. God, and if any of y'all watching know what state it was, but the fire marshal came in and shut down a church, trying to find them a ton of money because they didn't pull permits to change out a toilet or something. Well, whoever owned the church starts pulling up all the laws and licenses of the state and saying, "Hey, you don't need to." And then they're saying, "Well, we're going to sue the city because the fire marshal, according to the AHJ on plumbing, does not have the ability to inspect plumbing." And here he is coming out and doing it. And I mean, they went through this, and I'm just like, matter of fact, I'll find it and I'll send it to me. And I'll send it to you. Maybe we can take it apart tomorrow and be like, okay, look at this. But you cannot impersonate licensed trades. No disparaging code officials, so you can't talk bad about the inspectors or anything like that. And you got a case here, for example, don't you?
I do. The Florida Plumbing Board denied license renewal after a viral TikTok mocking client install. Guys, look, we know that people try to DIY, and guess what? Sometimes they fail. Guess what? They are not a professional. They're not licensed in that install. Don't pick on them and make fun hard, okay? Like,
Although that electrical stuff you pulled up yesterday was pretty funny.
I know, like,
And I know that wasn't the client installed. That was a real electrician, I think.
it was.
Look, getting the lowest price is not always the best way to do that.
That's right. You know, and like, they probably went a little above and beyond. I'm sure that if they took a picture of the install and said, "This isn't quite how you do it," and used it as an educational piece to teach the right way to do it from that, don't knock them, guys. Use it as a learning opportunity, even for that customer. Try to teach them. Then you won't look bad out there on socials.
And guys, remember this. Social media is a tool. Just don't use it to destroy your plumbing license or your electrical license or your HVAC license or maybe even any license you're hoping to get. Because if you're showing, look, I've been doing stuff illegally, you're going to see it and be like, well, why do we want to give you a license now? You've been doing it illegal and you've been doing it wrong. Abe says everyone in the trades should be using 5S, and Abe studies 5S. So, man, I heard him talking about how he wanted to set up a van one day. And I'm like, dude, that's like anal retentive to the next level. And he says, like, yes, but every piece is in every place. And I love that. Yep. Wayne says licensing is about trust and professionalism. If you're licensed, how you present yourself online matters too. Social media reflects on your trade, so represent it with pride and responsibility. And Wayne, I love that, because that's part of why that, look, when we see, I guess, fake plumbers pitching a bad product, we don't mind making videos about, like, hey, this don't work.
That's it.
We should do that anyway. That was fun.
We got to do honest things. Put honest things out there. Put your best foot forward. Yeah, we rag on electricians a lot.
But
They're electricians.
We still love them.
That's
They're
it.
not smart enough to know any better. Or if they were, they'd have been plumbers.
Good thing is, I got along with almost every electrician I ever worked around. Yes, we would give each other hell all the time, every day. But we enjoyed it and loved each other and wanted to get the job done together.
And we don't ever tell them we love them. So
That's it.
y'all don't
Like,
take that
don't
wrong.
clip that, please.
Yeah.
That's
We
secret.
never said that. Good thing is there's none of them in here watching. They'd be getting smarter.
That's all right.
Okay, so business training and pricing presentation is huge, because how you show the bid matters more than you think. Homeowners don't buy on price. They buy on clarity. They buy on knowledge. They buy value. But use good, clean formatting. You've got good, better, and best practices. This is the way it was. We can compare it to this, but this is what we would do nowadays. Okay? So good, better, and best. Show photos of the past work you've done and common surprises. And we talked about putting a bonus clause in there. Hey, look, you'll get a discount if we don't run into anything else, but here's why we do it. These are things that we commonly run into. And when you can show people stuff like that, it makes sense then. And then breakout options as line items, not paragraphs, just line items. And the reason being, and I don't mean price them out, because here in Texas, if you use flat rate pricing, you don't charge tax. But here's the deal. If you'll come in and say, look, you get this done for this, you get this group done for this, and then you get this group done for this, it's easy for them to come in and say, well, okay, you know, in this group down here, you have a bidet toilet seat. I don't want one of those. Okay, we can pull that item back out. But at least then they see what I was in there. But the biggest thing too about doing it that way is it clearly shows in option 1, your good one, and option 2, your better one. The things that are in your best, those are excluded from them for a reason. So they don't get that and then say, oh, well, you know what? I thought you were going to do that too. No. Go back and read it.
Yep.
And if you do side-by-side pricing, this can help increase your upsell acceptance by 42% in home services. And to be honest, your good and your best are normally not the ones they do. They normally go straight for the middle. So make sure that you've got it done right to where if that's what they take, you're still going to make money. But sell like a business, not like a buddy, not like you're trying to be their best friend. And this is how the top shops close 30,000 installs without any problem. And one thing that you've got to tell your technicians too is for your commission on this, they don't get to call and complain about the pricing later. Like, hey, you know what? I just got to thinking that's a little high. You didn't sell the value. You may have sold the price. You may have stiff armed them. You may have done something. But when they call back and complain about the price, next thing is to go leave a social media review. And that's not what you want.
Yep. That's it.
Let's talk about Vehicle Squared.
Guys, how to prep a fleet for hot weather. Okay.
We just did this with my truck and my Jeep. But,
Good.
Yep.
Because the HVAC, the tires, battery care, we replaced batteries on all of his vehicles.
Yeah.
These are some of the key checks
We
before
had to,
summer.
but
That's
it was
it.
time.
Yeah, it was time for those.
My diesel truck has 2 batteries. They were both dead.
Before summer hits, guys, get your fleet looked into. Get the AC recharged and replace the cabin filters if it's needed. At least check them. When's the last time you actually replaced a cabin filter? I do it pretty frequently because I like to breathe decent air while I'm driving around.
Or to Colorado or wherever you go.
That's it. Battery voltage. Heat is going to shorten battery life. We all know that. Check it. You still have water in your batteries? Check.
Too, to be honest.
You know, different things like you've got to check it and verify. The biggest one is tire pressure. Heat is going to lead to expansion, and expansion can lead to blowouts.
Absolutely.
So,
and that having that little portable pump with you ain't gonna help.
That's right.
Not unless you can hold the tire together while it airs up. I'm just saying.
It. Once it blows out, it's a bad day. That's it. And you don't have that figured into any of your estimates. I promise. Also, a big one is inspect the coolant and your belts. Are they old? Are they wore? You don't want to be stranded on the side of the road in triple-digit heat, trying to deal with it or work on it or whatever, and it's 3:00 in the afternoon. You don't want that.
Yeah.
So, good hack here. Schedule a tech day once a month or whatever, and rotate one vehicle through maintenance per morning before the shift, whatever. Add this to your schedule because you really want to have this checked before the heat hits. And that's one of the majors here. I just want to bring awareness to this.
Yeah, guys, here's the deal. A dead truck at 2 p.m. when it's 104 degrees outside, that's not a joke. And it's 100% avoidable. If you'll look at things, if you'll keep your eyes on, if you set up SOPs, as the biggest thing you can do to improve your business is set up systems and processes. And like you said, schedule a different vehicle, every day, every month. Maybe it's, if you got 30 or 20 vehicles, every day of the month, rotate one in. If you got 30 vehicles, Monday and Friday do 2. And say, hey, you know what? We got extra vehicles. We got to roll through here. Do what you got to do because it will save you money in the long run because you're not missing out on anything else. You've got it all done. You've got it all ready, and you don't have it all pulled up.
Oh, no.
See, man, I looked over there thinking, hey, we are doing good.
Hey, we are.
It's just, I know we are. But today we're going to talk about social media. We're going to talk about welding. And this is a different one for me because I don't even know that. I think I've seen this one, but I don't think I've spent a lot of time on it. But it's weld.com. Man, what a name for a YouTube channel. I do like that. One of the most trusted online welding education hubs. Now, I've seen this one because I recognize that logo. But they do real project breakdowns with visual welding walkthroughs, interviews with shop owners and instructors. And this is a great mix of skill plus story. So it's not a bad deal. Randy, what did you like about this?
It's real welders doing real things. It's kind of like Tyler over at Western Welding Academy. They've got a program that you can get
Tyler
into
Sassy.
and go out and learn welding. You know, learn a trade, learn a skill. It's going to benefit you in your lifetime. That can make you millions,
Yeah, not a bad
plural.
gig.
But they have over 1 million subscribers with over 300 million views.
Love that.
It's a big channel. They've been around for a long time. Let's see, actually, 13 years ago is when they started this channel.
Kicking it.
You know, and I'm sure it's transferred over time. The most popular, always love to see thumbnails like this. How not to weld, most common MIG welding mistakes. And MIG is one of the easiest to learn. If you know anything about welding, you understand, yes, it is easy. The wire automatically feeds and you just kind of follow it along. But they go through here and teach you how to break those bad habits. And that's one thing in welding that you will learn is some bad habits along the years and time and experience.
See, I like that third one over. $10 an hour weld and a $60
yeah.
an hour weld. Look at the difference in them.
Yeah. Stick welding 101. Man, I can remember my first time. I never
looked
welded
amazing,
until
didn't it?
I went into the
Looked amazing,
school.
didn't it?
I kept sticking my rod all the time, and that instructor comes in. Yep, they don't call it stick rod for nothing, Cub.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. It sticks.
you
trust me.
learn. It does. It sticks hard. And going through watching some channels like this, some experienced welders, listen to their tips and tricks. Like, hey, try to strike it like a match. For my brain, it's like, oh, hey, look, that works perfect. Oh, okay.
Instead of just
I don't have
pushing
to
it
do
down and
that.
holding it at the right spot, the right distance, and it just, you know when to stop.
That's it. And then
The matchstick works.
later you learn, oh, you can just tap it and then keep it the right distance and then start going. You're good to go. You don't have to
And
strike
your
it like
wrist
a
learns
match
that.
anymore.
Your wrist learns.
And that's it. You get that muscle memory. So nice.
And this is pretty cool because if you want to turn welders into professionals, this is where it starts.
That's it. And like they go through kind of comparing 60, 10 and 70, 18. What's the difference? Does it matter the electrode that you choose to actually do the welds? And it shows you the kind of difference here. Because like for us, pipe fitter, when I was pipe welding, we had to do a 60-10 root, 70-18 out for all the rest of the way, filler and everything. I like 70-18. It's a smooth, it's easier to use rod, but you really want that 60-10 because of how it is for that root.
And what's the
it's
60, 10,
solid.
and 70, 18 mean? Because the numbers mean something.
I got to
correct?
break it down. It's the tensile strengths. It's
And then the coating or something.
yeah.
right?
There's like it's the tensile strength, the rod angles that you can use it on, and the coating. I believe is how you break it all down or something like that. It's been a long time since I thought about that deep into welding. But like it goes through showing you a lot of different tips and tricks for different styles and techniques. And that's one of the things that I like here is they cover them all. They cover TIG, stick, MIG. They cover some arc gouging, things like that, different ways to cut things out.
Pretty cool stuff.
Some plasmas, some laser. They kind of just test different things. And I love channels that are embracing the new things and kind of testing them out. And that's one of the things that we really love to do on ours personally.
I love it. And I'm going to jump over here in the comments real quick. Adam Germash says, thoughts on getting into the HVAC industry, doing my associates in HVAC technology and hoping to get a decent job on the way out. Look, any trade out there right now, this is the time to get in. If you're in high school, if you're in college, but you don't know what you're going to be, the trades are an amazing freaking opportunity. There's more people retiring each and every year now with less people getting in. And with the average age of most trades workers in the United States around 55 to 58 years old, these people are going to be ready to retire in the next 7 to 10 years. The people getting in now are your next entrepreneurs. And I'll teach you another thing too. If you're wanting to get into something like this, learn video. Learn how to video what you're doing as you're going through the trade. Because now what you can do YouTube, you can do what we do. You can teach people what it's like getting into the trade, learning it, starting it, what you did good, what you did bad, what you did right, what you did wrong. That way you're teaching other people how not to make the same mistakes you did. And if you are interested in doing something like YouTube, look, I made a webinar to help show you that the things that you're thinking in your head that are keeping you from doing it probably aren't true. And to be honest, a lot of us think we need a lot of followers to make money. We need a lot of views to drive traffic. We need a lot of equipment to do it right. No, you don't. And in this webinar, I kind of debunk those and tell you different stories about what I did, how I did it, and things like that. But Adam, it's a great time to get into the HVAC industry. You're going to do well, especially if you went to college for it. Or you said associate's degree or something like that. Yeah.
Yep.
And to me, you're going to understand it. Look, I love that I came through Up Open Shop. I learned hands-on completely. But then when I got in the union, I'm like, man, y'all are learning things a different way than I did. So it was really neat. So I love that you're going to be able to bring that to people. And it makes, to me, all the difference in the world. So if you're interested in learning a little bit about YouTube, go to www.justmattroger.com and check out that webinar. It's just about an hour long, and I promise you, it'll give you a lot to think about.
That's it. What trade are you in? I'm just curious for all you people tuning in right now. Drop it in the chat. What is your trade of choice? What do you like to do? What do you enjoy to do? Like, I know you're getting into HVAC. Great trade to get into, especially right now because summer is about to hit. You'll be able to work all the hours you want.
And if you're doing your associates already, how long have you been doing it? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm interested.
How long
in
you
that,
been
Adam.
in school? That's true.
So, Squirt, tell us about Leak Pro.
We do want to thank Leak Pro for sponsoring today's episode of the Trade Talks, guys. We build some of the best, the most precise leak detection system for professional plumbers. It's simple. It's easy to use. You've got the equipment, push button activation, one wire up to your headphones. The only adjustment on the whole thing is a volume knob on the headphones. I feel like you probably know how to control the volume.
Turn it up, turn it down. It's not complicated, but we'll teach you.
That's it. Like, I like to use the volume occasionally whenever I'm trying to determine noise levels is the main time I actually touch my volume control itself. But we build two different devices. I always suggest looking at the complete kit online. It's going to come with the probe and the sidekick. That probe's for your outdoor, that meter to the home service, anything in the yard, irrigation, things like that. The sidekick's what you want inside, or especially anything under the slab, because that aluminum rod eliminates the layer of concrete that you're listening for that leak through. So check out the complete kit at www.leak-pro.com. But also, if your plumbing company doesn't do leak detection yet, the one you're working at, the one you own, whatever it is,
The one you want to go to work at.
the one you want to go to work at, they can add leak detection to their service. Come up, spend a couple days with me. I'll walk you through how to locate lines, how to pinpoint locate leaks under a slab, outside of the slab, even locate them on sewer systems. Got a cast iron and a PVC system set up out here to train you on. Give me a call at 1-8888-LEAK-PRO, and I'll be happy to discuss all the training with you, but then we'll also teach you how to market that service for your business in your area. Turn any of that downtime into time making money by sending some guys out to do some leak detections for other plumbers in your area if you want to. That is your choice completely.
Wear them out.
Give me a call at 1-8888-LEAK-PRO. I'd be happy to discuss any of the equipment or the training with you.
Hey guys, here's the cool deal. If you come in for the training and you're the owner, you're the manager, maybe you're like, look, I'm taking this because I'm going to start my own business. I'll sit down and talk with you and talk to you about marketing and the way that, look, I told y'all earlier, you can get online, you can go to YouTube, you can search plumbing, you can search slab leaks, you can search leak detection. You're going to find me. And it's because we learned how to do things to make our phone ring. And when our phone started ringing, it was good, but then we got too busy. We ended up having to sell the company to do more YouTube. But that wasn't a problem either. So if you're wanting to do this and learn it to grow, to get better, to do stuff, to improve your life, to improve your bottom line, to improve the lives of the families that you're feeding through your plumbing company, guys, come on out, because I can show you how to make your phone ring. And that's exactly what we talk about. So whatever it is you're doing out there today, do it safe. We appreciate y'all being here. But whatever it is, do it safe. And have fun.
That's it. It's Tuesday. I hope everybody enjoys some tacos at some point today. Or tequila, cover one of those teas. Guys, thank you for showing up. Hope to see you back here tomorrow for Hump Day. Guys, get out there, hit it effing hard. Bye.
See y'all.